Hello guys, today I have another Bible review and this is the Holman Rainbow Study Bible. This is the NIV version. I think it looks pretty from the start, like it's really nice. But it's what's inside that counts, isn't it? Oh, just to let you know, all these ribbons here, these three, they did not come with the Bible. I added them in. This is the actual ribbon that came with the Bible. So all these others I added in. I like to have more ribbons, and especially like I used the Bible for a Bible group, Bible study. So I needed more, more ribbons. So we, 1 second, need to switch hands. We come into the Bible, we have the normal intro page, and yeah, so let's see. So just the information here, you get an idea of the other versions that are available. So, just give you a run through. Table of contents, always good. Words of explanation, why another Bible, color coding system, and that is the specialty of this Bible. I'll just give you a sneak preview. Yeah, color coding system, that's the special thing about this Bible. And it doesn't just look pretty cool, it actually is, quite helpful. Basically the introduction of how to use this Bible, like you have in other study Bibles too. What are the features and how to utilize it to get the most of it. Then books of the Bible, biblical order, alphabetical order, again you have that in a lot of Bibles. Here, that's interesting, is the contents, like the extras, where you have maps, illustrations and all that kind of stuff, which is so cool because I'm a visual kind of person, visual learner. So for me, having visual things just helps a lot more. Here it continues. And now the explanation of the color code. So these are all the colors. It just continues on here. And it basically explains you what they mean. So basically, if you have a color coding system yourself, you will have things like that yourself already, but you might have had love as a in red. You might have evil in gray, like I usually have evil in gray. You might have different topics depending on what you are focusing on. But it's basically a color coding system. Yeah. The only difference is that it covers the whole Bible. It's really good. Here are some more explanations and examples. So you get an idea, God's plan of salvation. And then we get into the Old Testament. And let's just jump. Obviously that's highlighted from me, so it would just be black and white. You see here the colors at the top on every page. But so you basically have the author, date, time spent, title, background, location, to whom, like recipients, content, keywords, themes, outline. It's kind of standard, kind of standard to give you an idea. And then it goes into the text. And the good thing also is you don't have to remember what all the colors mean, because on the bottom of every page you have the colors explained. So you can just see, what is yellow? Let's go. Yellow, family. So that means this verse here is primarily about family. Now there are verses that can cover multiple things. And what they try to do is to just get what is the main point of the verse, and that's the color they give it. So it doesn't mean that it's gonna be family only, okay? So just so you know. Here's one of these in-text things. So here you've got an extra map and the key places of Genesis. Here you see more coloring, just to give you some ideas here. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. Here's another picture about the ark. As you can see, there's cross references in the middle. It's quite easy to see. It is relatively spacious here on the side, yeah? The margins. You obviously cannot really highlight in here, so anything you do is probably going to be underlining. That's what I've done here so far. Another point is, you've got the small like translational notes here, and but it's not like your typical study Bible that has commentary. So just so you're aware of this, it's more of a study Bible to get you to study more yourself, to get an overview. What is something about with cross-references, so you can basically dig deeper yourself. Yeah? So that's more the aim here. The pages are relatively thick as well. Yeah, so not the thinnest paper, but yeah. So, and in here the introduction and the Psalms. And then that's how the Psalms look like. It's pretty much the same, like it's not a different style in the Psalms. Yeah. So let's just jump into the New Testament. Here is another map. I find it always helps to have these little nuggets. Yeah. Just helps to understand things better. Oh, we are in the New Testament already. Oops. Just wanted to show you. So end of the Old Testament, start of the New Testament. It's not in a lot of study Bibles, you've got a lot of stuff going on in between. Here it's just simple from one into the next. So, more maps, more drawings. So yeah, you've got here stuff like that, right? It's so the good thing is, in terms of theology, yeah, you don't have to really worry too much here, because it's not a Bible with commentary. It's just this kind of highlighting. So because yeah, that's obviously a big thing when buying a study Bible, is always, is it the right theology, is it sound doctrine? Here the writings that you find are the introductions. I find they are held pretty basic or neutral, I would say. So it's yeah, it's quite good. I mean, I'll show you rubbish. I'm talking rubbish. No, but you know, it's not so big a problem with this one, because it doesn't really go so much into like theology. Yeah? So that obviously is helpful. So I have actually highlighted here, but it doesn't work that well. So it's better to like underline things and stuff. So it depends. It depends. You have to, I guess, try it out for yourself, and or you could like use symbols on the side. Yeah, that could help as well. And let's just jump to the end. Whoop, voila. So Revelation. So here's space, and here's study aids, and they are pretty cool. So the table of weights and measures, yeah, that's like standard. And then ancient versions of the biblical text. I think that is pretty cool, because you have all these explanations in text usually, and it's like, what does it actually mean? So what is the Septuagint, yeah, and those kind of things. Knowing what God says. um, is pretty good as well. It's again with the color code. And then popular Bible passages. So you get like popular or very important ones here. And then here is a selection of scripture memory verses. Like you don't have to memorize them, but they are pretty like kind of key scriptures. Yeah. So if you memorized or at least a few of them, you'd have a memorized overview of the Bible. I mean, yeah, it's a lot. It's basically for a whole year. Yeah, there's one for every day, so you can imagine. Then here's a 1-year Bible reading calendar. Again, this is not chronological. This is just your standard portion of the old, portion of the new. So nothing different here. Personal reading calendar where you can just cross through. That's how I have read my Bible through for the very first time. When I did it the first time, I used one of these kind of things, just crossing through the chapters. Yeah. Harmony of the Gospels. I think that is always quite helpful. Ministry times. Where you can just compare things, and if you're like, this feeding of the 5,000, where is it again, and where else do I find it, how can I compare? Then you go to these kind of places and you can compare. And then the introduction, the concordance, it's 3 columns, so it's pretty exhaustive. Like I'm really skipping ahead here, like I grab several pages at once here. So it's a really good concordance. That's what I mean. This Bible is not so much to feed you, like spoon feed you with commentary, not that that's a wrong thing, but this focus on this Bible is to get you to study more yourself. Right. The credits. And then here, personal study notes. Again, there is like several pages. And then we just get to the normal maps in the end. On like kind of cardboard. They are quite small, but when you have more space, if you want to put notes in. Now this is something I haven't seen in other Bibles. It's pretty cool here. And there we go. That is the Bible. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hopefully see you again soon.